very much. Well, Bart and Sky made that look pretty easy. They have been training for just over a year now. Actually, they're going to their first trial this weekend, so it's very exciting to wish them luck. Do you see him walking around? What I'd like to do first is show you how we break down each one of the obstacles to train the dogs to do this. And by the way, any type of dog can learn how to do agility. Obviously, Sky is a border collie, and you'll see more border collies and working dogs do this sport than any other type. Does not mean that your dog would not be able to excel at it as well. So we have mixed breeds, big, little, and you're gonna see a variety of dogs coming out today to show you that they can still do it too, even though they're not a border collie. The first thing that we teach the dogs to do is to go over jumps. And usually this is why people come and join agility classes, is because their dog seems to have a natural ability to jump over things or jump on the couch or on top of the table or on something usually they're not supposed to. So that's generally why people come and join. So the funny thing is, though, that a dog looks at this type of jump completely differently than the couch or the table or anything else. So we do need to start really slowly, break things down so that we don't scare them and go too fast. And we're going to have our first dog come out. This is Gunther. Gunther, obviously German Shepherd. And actually, this is going to be Gunther's first time doing this for real. He hasn't joined classes yet, but he's signed up to start next week. So, by the way, we have classes starting next week. So this is going to be real life training. So the first thing that we do is we actually take the bar all the way down almost to the ground, and we just simply walk the dog over the bar. So that looks easy. All right, very good. And then we give the dog a treat, or at least offer a treat. And sometimes when dogs are starting out, or if they're a little bit nervous, especially here, they're not necessarily going to take food. Oh, there we go. Okay. But we always use some kind of reinforcement. So we pet, we praise, we go get really excited, and we can also use toys. If you've ever seen dogs running agility in real life, you'll often see them doing tug toys and or chasing a ball or whatever. So we just take whatever the dog's favorite thing is and use that as the reward. All right, so that was easy. So we're going to make it a little bit harder, and we're going to bring Gunther back over. So it's really easy, slow, perfect, that's good. We'll do one more, all right, that was good. So we do that a few times, and now here's the hard part. The hard part is teaching the human that the dog cannot just automatically do this and jump over it, because we often want to see how high our dogs can jump. Not generally a good idea, so we just take it up one hole at a time. We'll do it one more time. Good, very good, that was good. Yay. Good job. Yay, Gunther. He's a natural. Okay. No, we're good. Yeah. So what we'll do is keep it low for quite a while until we build the dog's confidence, and then we start being able to take them a little bit higher. By the way, the maximum amount the dog will ever jump is approximately the same size as their shoulders. So we measure them at the shoulders, and then the jump is adjusted accordingly. All right, so once they get good at that, then what we'll do is start introducing some of the more intricate obstacles. Behind me is the A-frame. So the A-frame is a good example of what we call a contact obstacle. The reason that they're called a contact obstacle is that there is a section on the obstacle that the dog has to come in contact with in order to not be disqualified from a trial. So the yellow part on the bottom is that contact zone, and technically they only have to touch it with one paw as they're going up and down. However, we don't want to train teaching only one paw. We actually train teaching them to go all four paws onto there, so that when they get to a trial and it's really exciting and everybody's going crazy and they're running a million miles an hour, there's a much better chance of them to at least catch one foot as they're running and jumping too early than there is if you teach it kind of haphazardly. So this takes a long, long time. Elaine and Cindy are going to come out with their dogs, and we actually going to have this is a good example of two different size dogs that are able to do agility. And for the little guys, the smaller dogs have to do the same obstacles as the bigger dogs do, but their jumps are just adjusted lower. So little Ivory Ann here actually has been on a break for years. This is her first day back. It's amazing how much they remember, even if after they've been gone for quite a while. Like she literally just came in today. We just did this about 10 minutes ago, so she's fresh. So she's gonna show us how to go over the A-frame. Hey, good girl. Very good. It's funny, sometimes for the small dogs, the A-frame becomes their favorite obstacle because they like to be all tall for once. Okay, and behind Ivory is Wilson. And Wilson's gonna show us a technique that we call 2 on and 2 off. What that means is we're going to teach the dog to go down to the bottom of the frame, put their 2 front feet on the ground, and keep their back feet on the obstacle. And in a trial, gives us a little bit more control over where the dog is, and technically they need to be in that position until they're released. It's kind of like a stay, until they're released to go on to another obstacle. The handler has a choice how long the dog stays there. If, for instance, they're running and they've gotten really far behind their dog, like the people with the border collies, that they're going really fast, it gives you a chance to catch up and get back under control. Sometimes you'll see it's just a really slight hesitation, so you really wouldn't even know that that's what the dog is doing unless you're looking for it. So go ahead and we're gonna take Wilson over. And Wilson is Golden Retriever. Goldens get really excited when they do agility because life is very exciting when you're a Golden Retriever. So they often get so exuberant, they'll just jump right off from the blue, completely skip the yellow part altogether. So we have to spend a lot of time training the dogs that have a big stride and they're really excited to come in and settle down with their feet on the ground. That was very good.